Where's blood type A? Where is blood type A? Hi. Found somebody like you. Come on in here. TikTok has really been on my patootie today. It has been on my patootie today, boy. I know, right? Just let's see how long it takes to get a warning sign. Oh yeah. I have been playing musical lives today. So blood type A makes up 42% of the U.S. population. They make up 42% of the U.S. population. Blood type A is literally the complete opposite of blood type O. Blood type O has the strongest cardiovascular system. They have the strongest immune system. Blood type A is the complete opposite. You have the weakest cardiovascular system and the weakest immune system. At the root of most of your problems as a blood type A is the fact that you are protein malnourished. By you being protein malnourished, it makes your cortisol high. How many of you A's feel stressed most of the day? Put in the comments. You just feel a mild, just anxious, stressed. Okay? Y'all have a naturally higher level of cortisol. So all day, cortisol is swimming through your bloodstream. Okay? However, there are foods and situations that will make your cortisol even higher. And that is your lack of protein. Even though you guys are eating protein, because you don't have enough stomach acid for it to digest, you're not getting any of the benefits from the protein. So I need y'all to tap the screen and comment. Okay? Put in the comments what ailments you are struggling with right now. So let me tell you what ailments are common to blood type A. Ineffective animal protein breakdown, meaning you cannot digest foods that are made from animals. You also cannot digest foods that are high in saturated fats. Then you have the adrenal stress hormone imbalance. That's your cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. And then you have thicker blood and larger than normal red blood cells. Why are the comments not moving? There they go. And then you have bad bacterial overgrowth. So let's talk about what's causing all of this stuff to happen. Is fish head to be trusted? What you think's gonna happen? Is it gonna bite you? Is the fish head gonna bite you, sir? Hi, Judy. I don't understand the question. I don't understand. So anyway, so when your cortisol is high, hi Valerie, when your cortisol is high, it automatically makes your blood sugar high. Thank you. Keep commenting. Just put anything in the comments. I don't even care. Because that's the only thing that's going to raise the numbers. When your stress hormone is high, it automatically raises your blood sugar. Blood type A is predisposed to diabetes. Here we go. Live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. It says that I'm promoting a brand or product or a service, and I'm not. Why do I have to do a content disclosure when I don't have any products that I'm selling? It's making me turn on this disclosure for products or service I don't have. Live restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Submit feedback. I'm going to say my live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice. I'm going to click this button and see what happens. Let's see what they, look at how my numbers just dropped. They are, who's uncomfortable? The hoteps are uncomfortable. So just keep typing in the comments, guys. So listen, here are the foods that are jacking you up. Here are the foods, okay, as a blood type A. Because you're eating these foods do not digest in your body. So that means you're not getting the protein, you're not getting the minerals, you're not getting the amino acids in your body. So by you being protein malnourished, your cortisol is high and your blood sugar is high. That could trigger diabetes in your body. So now your body requires even more minerals to bring your cortisol hormone and your insulin hormone back into balance when you are not feeding your body those foods. It's forced to suck the minerals out of your teeth and your bones. That's what's called bone demineralization. This is how you end up with osteoporosis, osteopenia, gum disease, and weak teeth. This is why blood type A always has to have some type of hip replacement or knee replacement surgeries. Okay? Right. So, here are the foods that are problem foods for y'all. Red meats, beef, lamb, veal, mutton, deer, all of the red meats. Y'all cannot have that. Yeah, just keep commenting. Pork, organ meats, crustaceans, lobster, crab, shellfish, shrimp, oysters, mussels, clams, crawfish. Hi. And then tropical oils. We were talking about this on the other live. Tropical oils are avocado oil, palm kernel oil, and coconut oil. Oh, avocado oil. Okay? So, hold on. Also the industrial oils, corn oil, canola oil, safflower, sunflower, all of those oils are industrial oils. And then high fat cheeses. Bubblegum. She said bubblegum shrimp. All of those are high fat cheeses. Y'all cannot digest any of those. Okay? Now, let's talk about what's making your blood thick. Blood type A is predisposed to heart disease. Y'all have more heart disease than all the other blood types. The reason that y'all have, she said we pitiful. The reason that y'all have heart disease more than everyone else is because you naturally have thicker blood. There's something called blood clotting factor 8 that we all have in our blood that helps our blood to clot if we got into an accident. Blood type A has more of that factor in their blood than the other blood types. Blood type O has the least. That's why blood type O has the thinnest blood. But there are also foods that will make your blood even thicker. Your thick blood is what is at the root of your arterial sclerosis. That's what's at the root of your heart disease. And black women have more heart disease than everybody. Okay? Oh, the lights. My bad. Hold on, let's turn the lights on. Let's turn on the lights. Turn on the lights. Uh-oh. Are we doing orange or red? Red. She said red first. She said red. I don't need music to play with my lights. I just need the lights. All right, let's see. I'm doing the different scenes, see what the different scenes look like. Ooh. We might leave it on this. This is called Rainbow. We'll leave it on this. Okay, so what is making your blood thicker than it already is as a blood type A? Vinegar. Let's see what the red looks like by itself. Let's see what the red looks like by itself. Yeah, we're going to leave it on the red. We're going to leave it on the red. Vinegar. Vinegar makes your blood thicker. Remember, it's not just your blood being thick, but your red blood cells are also larger than they're supposed to be. Okay? So now, how many of y'all have high blood pressure? Put it in the comments. How many of y'all have high blood pressure? Let's talk about this for a second. So, y'all are eating carbohydrates. Stay with me. Y'all eating carbohydrates. Carbohydrates will lead you to insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is when insulin is trying to get into your red blood cells because you've been eating those carbs, and your red blood cells won't allow the insulin to get in them. That then causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. Meaning your arteries and veins are going like this. So let's combine that with your thick blood and your larger than normal red blood cells. What you think's going to happen? So now you got these smaller arteries and veins with this thick blood and big old red blood cells trying to work its way through. So how do you end up with blood clots and pulmonary embolisms and DVTs? How do you end up with heart attacks? Your heart attacks are coming from you eating carbohydrates. It's not coming from your high cholesterol and all of that. It's coming from your consumption of carbs. And there's a lot of carbs blood type A can never have. A lot. So hold on. So what's making your blood even thicker? Vinegar, oranges. This is the part that lady got mad at yesterday. So now oranges are bad. If they're making your blood thick, I would say that they're pretty damn bad. Why is a fruit making your blood thick? Oranges and orange juice makes your blood thick. Hold on now. Dairy foods makes your blood thick. Liquor makes your blood thicker. And then guar gum. Guar gum is in your almond milk. What sugar, ma'am? What sugar? Y'all love to talk about sugar, but carbohydrates turn into sugar in your body. Y'all need to stop saying stuff is sugar. There's more in oranges than just sugar. It's also the acid. It's a lot of acid in oranges. Yeah, juices are just straight sugar for sure, because you've removed all of the nutrition from them by taking the pulp out. That's why I don't juice anymore. I have a big old expensive juicer downstairs. I don't even juice anymore. Once I learned about that, I was like, well, what the hell? So when you remove all of the pulp is where all of the nutrition is. So now you're just drinking sugar water. That's what apple juice too. Starbucks sells coconut milk alternative. Oh, Starbucks is really out here trying to. Starbucks is really out here trying to. Not only do they have those drinks that don't have any of the fruit in them, especially the dragon fruit one. Let me stop, because you know what's going to happen. Let me stop. Y'all know I can't talk about no corporations. That's what makes people uncomfortable, apparently. Yeah, it's the pulp that has all of the nutrition. That's where the fiber and stuff is. It's not in the juice. That's why now I blend my stuff. Like I blended up my papaya and my watermelon and my pineapple today. So instead of juicing it and removing the pulp, just blend them up. So what is giving y'all bacterial overgrowth as a blood type A? Let me tell y'all something. Bad bacteria in our gut is one of the worst things, because our bodies are mostly bacteria. Okay? So with our bodies being Jordy, can you open my bedroom door? I don't know why it's closed. With most of our body being bacteria, we gotta be friends with that bacteria. We gotta make the bad bacteria good. We gotta make the bad bacteria good, because it's the antagonistic bacteria that is hurting you. So your endometriosis, your bad skin, your alopecia, your urinary tract infections, all your little bladder infections and all that stuff, H. pylori, all comes from bad bacteria. Now, blood type A is also susceptible to cancers. So your stomach cancer and all that stuff is also coming from bad bacteria in your gut. Your stress, your depression, your anxiety, bad bacteria. Your kidney problems, bad bacteria. Okay? So what's creating bad bacteria in blood type A? Potatoes. Potatoes. All of them. All of them. Y'all can't have no potatoes. What you eating for dinner? Lamb. All of them. Sweet, sour, white, orange, purple. Hi, Fats. Hi, my boy. What you doing? Hi, love. Where you been? Lincoln, what are you up to? You have been a scamp today. You can have everything except potatoes. Fats has been the good boy today. Can y'all believe that? Linka has been. Come here, Link. Linka has been on some bullshit today. What's up, my guy? Come here, Linka. Oh, okay. All right. What's up? What's up, love? You see, like he just went down the steps. It is tough, but nobody can have potatoes. It's Lenka. No, he's not an American Staffordshire. He is a pit bull border collie. No one should be eating potatoes. Not nobody. Not no potatoes. So it's not just the A's. Blood type O's can't have potatoes either. Nobody should be eating potatoes. Potatoes are dangerous. Yams, whatever foreign language you want to call the potatoes, it doesn't matter. They're all potatoes. Me either. It's not worth it. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Trust me. The juice is not worth the squeeze. It's not worth the inflammation. It's not worth the stress that it puts on your kidneys. It's not worth it. Why do y'all need to know why you can't have something that's not meant for your body? I literally said it creates bad bacteria in your gut. Bad bacteria is responsible for most of the ailments in your body. Blood type A already has the weakest immune system. You're eating foods that are creating infections and disease in your body, and the number one thing is potatoes. Y'all want to know why you're sick, why you got endometriosis, why you got your hair falling out and you got the alopecia, why you got IBS and IBD, why you got stomach cancer, why you got this, why you got that? Potatoes. Why you got chronic kidney disease? Potatoes. There is a reason you should not be eating these foods, because your consistent eating of these foods is why you have the disease you have. Ta-da! What else is creating bad bacteria in your gut as a blood type A? Black ground pepper. Also, navy beans, kidney beans, lima beans, oranges. Them French fries are the worst. And then y'all think that y'all doing something by eating these sweet potatoes. So y'all stop eating the regular white potatoes, and then you found your home in the sweet potatoes, and you're not trying to make the connection between your chronic kidney disease and them damn sweet potatoes. And that potato salad. Them candied yams. Oh, you just missed blood type O. Y'all not trying to make no connection between them sweet potato pies and your chronic kidney disease. You on dialysis and you still eating potatoes. How many black people are on dialysis? Do you know that black people are in dialysis 4-to-1? 4-to-1. That means black people are in dialysis 4 times as much as white people. Why? Because we're eating potatoes every damn other day. Between chicken and potatoes and liquor, it's all in the bag. So how do we turn this around for blood type A? You know it is. I live there in the DMV. Mexicans are right behind us. Black people are the sickest. We only make up 13% of the population. Hispanics are right behind us, and they only make up 14% of the population. So ask yourselves, why is it that the people that have the least of the population, the sickest? So how do we turn this around for blood type A? The number one thing is to address that protein issue, because y'all being protein malnourished is at the root of most of your problems. Oh my goodness, Fats, what is it? Come here. What's up? What's up, man? What you need? Is it dinner time? You need some food? Go tell Pop you need some food. Go tell Pop. You go tell him. Are you barking at the dog on the camera? You're barking at the dog? That's you. That's you. You don't remember what you look like? Can you make them some food? Fats was looking at herself like, who was that? I've heard more growls today than I have heard in a long time. It's been nothing but attitude. So hold on now. The number one thing that you should start eating as a blood type A is tofu. Tofu, edamame, bean curd, tempeh, texturized vegetable protein, soy. You can just open up one of those cans in the cabinet. I need to make them. No, because they're not eating that, or have they? Pinch it and just give them each a can. I'll make them some, and take out the ground turkey. I'll make it tonight. Tofu. And I know you're like, what? It's soy. It's going to raise my estrogen. Boo, boo, boo. No, it's not. If you are blood type A, soy benefits you. Okay? Soy is going to change your life. It's literally going to lower your estrogen levels, which is fantastic, because most people are estrogen dominant right now, which is also at the root of your problems. But it is super high in iron, and it is a complete protein, which blood type A is lacking. So, how many of y'all started eating your tofu? Because several people commented that they love it now. How many of y'all have started on your tofu journey, and how are you feeling? Put it in the comments. What else? Y'all benefit from 25 different fish. Y'all benefit from 25 different fish. Yay! It makes me feel good. So, sardines, snapper, even snails, but 3 different types of salmon y'all benefit from. How you feeling, Tony? Since you started eating tofu. Ooh, you had some edamame pasta. Oh, there's a new pasta at Sprouts. It's zucchini, pea flour, and lentil flour. So zucchini flour, lentil flour, and green pea flour pasta. Those are the only 3 ingredients. I need to make something with those tomorrow. And I also picked up my edamame pasta too, because it was on sale for like $2.99. You have tofu in your pantry? Fantastic. Could bees have them? The pasta, you can't have lentils. Blood type B can't have lentils. No, B is next. So, what is going to thin out your blood as a blood type A? Lemons, water, pineapple, blueberries, blackberries, green tea, acceptable oils, olive oil, flaxseed oil, and walnut oil. Those oils literally will thin out your blood. Blood type A can have lentils, yes. But you need to check and see which ones. My nose is, oh, I did take my first seat. So, What is going to balance your gut as a blood type A? Escarole, dandelion, chard rapini, which is broccoli rabe, fava beans, prunes, and silver dollar mushrooms. So this is not the full foods list. This is just what foods, what ailments you're suffering from, what foods trigger those ailments, and what foods will reverse those ailments. So if you do not have your foods list, click my name. When the white thing with my name and face pops up, hit my name. That will take you to my page. Click on the link, download your foods list, and only eat the beneficial foods. A week from now, you're going to feel like a totally different person. I don't know what's in split pea soup. But you can have peas, but I don't know what else is in split pea soup. What else is in it? Is it something else? Where's blood type B? Sorry, I'm blood type AB. I have more mucus than everybody. Well, not than A. A has more mucus than me. Where's blood type B? I've never had split pea soup in my entire life. You put onions and carrots in it. So it's just, let me go look. See what you're talking about. Split pea soup. My Pinterest gonna be like, ugh. Split pea soup. Somebody puts ham in it. You ain't supposed to be putting no ham in it. Ah! Yeah. I don't know what's in that. That doesn't. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that throw up in The Exorcist. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Yeah. I'm just trying to see the ingredients. Because this got ham and rice and shit in it. Well, they have split pea soup with baked smoky tofu in it. Now, I'm not sure I turned that down, but I don't know what's in it. Okay, hold on. I finally found the ingredients. Yeah, look at that. Ain't nothing wrong with this. But I'm looking at the one with the baked smoky tofu. Who asked me about this? What was your blood type? Was it O? You cannot have this version because this version has miso and tofu. But you can have your regular old version, I guess. But you can't put no ham in. You can't put no smoky in it unless you're going to use some liquid smoke. You can do it with tofu. That sounds delicious. What brand? It's not a brand. It was homemade. Split pea soup with baked smoky tofu. So blood type B, what do you deal with? Lectin sensitivity, liver detox dysfunction, hyperassimilator tendencies, and imbalanced microbiome. I know that all sounds really weird to you, but I'm going to tell you what the symptoms are. So the symptoms of lectin sensitivity is going to be inflammation, painful and swollen joints, your skin issues, so your acne, your psoriasis, your eczema, your rosacea, your dermatitis, okay? Then you have your stomach issues, neurological problems, hormonal fluctuations. All of that is lectin sensitivity, okay? The number one thing that is giving you lectin sensitivity as a blood type B is chicken. Let me let y'all wrestle with that for a second. All whole foods have lectins. Lectins are little proteins, little small proteins in all whole foods. Chicken, and it doesn't matter if it's organic or ghetto, it's still chicken, okay? There is a lectin in the meat of chicken that when you eat it as a blood type B and AB, it attacks your bloodstream. Tap the screen and share the live. Somebody needs to hear this information. Okay? How you making it smoky? I would just use some smoky paprika. Whenever I make my tofu, I always put smoked paprika on it. Okay? So, this lectin attacks our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to clump together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune disease, and stroke. It doesn't matter if that chicken is graduated from college and he has a good job. It doesn't matter if he grew up in your backyard. It's still chicken. Okay? Now, the reason no one should ever eat chicken, not just blood type B and AB, is that it is so high in estrogen that it triggers disease in your body. Today's chicken has 100 times the level of estrogen in its little body than you have in your whole human body. And at the root of your autoimmune disease is estrogen. How many of y'all have an autoimmune disease? Put your autoimmune disease in the comments. 50 million Americans has at least one autoimmune disease, and 80% of those are women. 90% if you have MS, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. Your autoimmune disease feeds on chicken. Yes, Purdue chicken, Tyson chicken, all the chicken. That's what's feeding it. The reason that you know that estrogen is at the root of it is because once you are postmenopausal and you're not eating foods that raise your estrogen, your autoimmune disease will just fade away by itself. The name of the book is Eat Right for Your Type, but a lot of the information that I'm telling y'all is not in this book. So there are 6 things that raise your estrogen in your body. The number one thing is chicken. Then there's oatmeal. Bet you didn't know that. Liquor. Soy, if you're blood type O and B. Stress and your liver not functioning properly. All those things raise your estrogen. And if you are a man, your estrogen is not supposed to ever be high. But today's man, the average man, has higher levels of estrogen than ever in our history. Why? Because he's eating chicken on a regular basis. He's eating oatmeal. He's drinking liquor. He's stressed out. And when a man's estrogen is high, it triggers type 2 diabetes and prostate cancer. Another thing, that when a man is overweight, his body will automatically convert his testosterone into estrogen. So when you see a man that has a beer belly and man boobs, that's estrogen. That's not beer. It's from estrogen, because estrogen settles in the midsection, just like cortisol. So 75% of the women in this country over the age of 35 has estrogen dominance. Then don't eat it. If it upsets your stomach, don't eat it. 75% of the women in America that are over the age of 35 have what's known as estrogen dominance. It is that estrogen that is triggering all of these things: fibroids, PCOS, your bad skin, your infertility. All of these things are triggered by your high levels of estrogen. So, stop eating chicken. Even if you stop eating chicken for 7 days, you're going to feel completely different. And the reason that young ladies start their periods at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old is because you've been feeding them chicken since birth. As soon as they started teething, you were sticking a chicken bone in their mouth. And you've been feeding them chicken 3, 4, 5 times a week. Because Hispanic girls and black girls start their periods before young white ladies do. And an average 10-year-old black child will have more estrogen in her bloodstream than a grown white woman has. Why is that? Because African Americans and Hispanics eat chicken and pork more than any other race of people in this country. It is sad. It's so sad that the doctors will tell you that it's normal for your young lady to start her period at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And it's not. It's normal for black and Hispanic girls. But if you took a young white girl into the doctors and she started her period at 7, 8, 9 years old, they would run tests and see why that is. It is a standard for doctors when they're dealing with African American young ladies and Hispanic young ladies to tell the parents it's normal. There are 2 medical systems in this country. It's the chicken. Get your kids off of chicken, especially if you have daughters. Well, I can't even say especially if you have daughters, because your young men should not be eating chicken either. They also should not be eating any oatmeal. The reason that you should not eat oatmeal is because it is packed with chlormequat. Chlormequat, okay? Chlormequat is a chemical that targets your reproductive organs. So if you are a man and you're eating oatmeal, it is going to raise your estrogen, which automatically lowers your testosterone. Okay? It also stops your sperm from swimming. There are also cereals no one should ever be eaten by that one company that starts with the K. Also lowers your testosterone. It was designed to. All oats are sprayed with chlormequat. All of them. It doesn't matter how you cut the oats. Do you know why women are growing beards? Their estrogen is too high. It has nothing to do with their high testosterone. There's not a food that's going to raise your testosterone. How do you raise your testosterone? Stop eating foods that raises your estrogen. Women that have beards have PCOS. Maybe you should understand a woman's body. I know it's hard for y'all. A lot of women have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. PCOS is directly linked to the consumption of chicken. All y'all got to do is go to the National Institutes of Health website and read it. That's all you got to do. Yeah, you should feel bad. We all have been. We're all mad about it. That's why TikTok don't want me on here telling y'all this stuff. This is why. So what else is giving you the lectin sensitivity? You know, the swollen, painful joints and the hormonal fluctuations. Chicken, corn. What does corn do in the body? Put in the comments. What does corn consumption do in your body? Boop, boop, boop. Just read the comments. Watch this. They done restricted me on both of my accounts. Just don't want me saying nothing. No, it doesn't just sit. It stops insulin production in your body. It stops your body from making insulin. And then what else? Wheat. What does wheat do in the body? Nope, that's not it, Naomi. What does wheat do in the body? Put in the comments. There's 4 things that wheat consumption does in your body. Inflammation. What else? Converts your happy hormones into anger and aggression, sadness and depression hormones. That's 2. What else? We already said inflammation. Come on, we got 2 more. Nope. It's part of the insulin resistance. Prevents nutrient absorption. That's 3. What's the last thing? 1 more. You want me to tell you? Slows down your metabolism because it interferes with your metabolic hormones. That all falls under the raises blood pressure. All of it. The corn, the potatoes, the wheat, all of that falls under triggers inflammation and insulin resistance. So, here are the foods you should never ever eat again if you're a blood type B and O. Barley, cornflakes, cornmeal, hominy, polenta, all corn grains. Cream of wheat, emmer, familia, farina, farro, gluten flour, graham flour, grape nuts, grits, kamut, lentil flour, dal, masticum, papadum, puffed wheat, 7 grain, shredded wheat, sorghum, wheat bran, wheat germ, bulgur wheat, durum wheat, semolina wheat. Semolina is all of your common pastas. So your macaroni, your spaghetti, your lasagna, your ramen noodles, all of that is semolina wheat. Tap the screen, share the live. Whole grain wheat, whole wheat flour, white flour, sprouted wheat. Can't have it. You want to know why your blood pressure's high? Why is your blood pressure high as a blood type B? How many of you Bs have high blood pressure? I'm taking you all the way out. Well, at least you know what's causing your problems, right? The point is to solve the problem. Okay? The point is to solve the problem. And you can't solve the problem if you don't know what's causing it. If you have high blood pressure, it's coming from carbohydrates. Your carbohydrate consumption is making you insulin resistant. Also, your insulin resistance is at the root. Y'all see this fly? I'm got to de-glue his ass. Jordy never brought that stuff up here. I don't know if I got him. Your high blood pressure is coming from you being insulin resistant. Okay? He was literally blending into my shirt. I've been battling this fly for 2 hours. Chickpeas stop insulin production in your body too. Just like corn. Just like corn. Jordy didn't bring me that stuff up here. Yeah, it's just been flying around. Listen. The reason your blood pressure is high is because you're consuming carbohydrates. Carbohydrates will make you insulin resistant. Being insulin resistant means that glucose from your carbohydrate eating is trying to get into your red blood cells. When it cannot, it causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. Hi, Jay. It causes your arteries and your veins to get smaller. When that happens, that puts pressure on your heart, and that is what is sending your blood pressure up. So if you stop eating carbohydrates, you can start regulating your blood pressure without drugs. Oh. So, what other foods are giving you all of that lectin sensitivity with the swollen joints and all of that? Amaranth, soy, rye, sesame, buckwheat. So you got chicken, corn, buckwheat, wheat, sesame, amaranth, soy, and rye. Okay? What is messing up your liver function? If your liver is not functioning properly, then your estrogen is going to be high, because it is your liver that cycles out excessive levels of estrogen. What messes up your liver function? Hello. Lentils, black beans, black-eyed peas, mung beans, artichoke, and aloe. Now let's talk about this hyperassimilator. Blood type B is classified as a hyperassimilator. That means you are a person whose body breaks down digestive resistant starches, turns them into sugar, and stores them as fat in your body. So there is this particular strain of bacteria called alpha glucosidase. It is that bacteria that breaks down these starches and stores them as sugar. And then when you go to the doctor, you're finally on the live. Then when you go to the doctor, they'll say, oh, you're diabetic or you're pre-diabetic. Because what they're measuring is your alpha glucosidase level. Then they will prescribe you drugs that are considered alpha glucosidase inhibiting drugs. So they're giving you a drug to inhibit this particular bacteria instead of trying to solve your problem, which is to tell you not to eat these foods that create that bacteria. Ain't that crazy? So now you're going to be on these diabetes drugs, still eating the same food that's creating the bacteria, and then you're going to take the drug to inhibit the bacteria. And they're going to keep you on them drugs as long as possible. So let me tell you what the foods are that's creating the bacteria. Peanuts, tomatoes, soy, cashews, corn, cornstarch, black pepper, poppy seeds, pinto beans, maltodextrin, and rhubarb. This section right here could be why you're diabetic. It's just a little strain of bacteria. So what's unbalancing your microbiome? Your gut. Sorghum, peanuts, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, and acacia. If you don't have your foods list, just go get it. Click my name. When a white thing pops up, hit my name again. It will take you off the live and to my page. Click the link on my page. Get your foods list. Only eat the beneficial foods. and watch what happens to your body over the next 7 days. You're going to lose 7 to 10 pounds of inflammation, and you're going to feel better than you have in decades. So how do we turn this around for blood type B? What's going to block all that lectin sensitivity? The hormonal fluctuations, the bad skin, the painful and swollen joints. Cultured dairy foods. Blood type B benefits from certain cultured dairy foods. So that would be sour cream, Greek yogurt, ricotta cheese, kefir, cottage cheese, mozzarella cheese, feta cheese, and paneer. Can you imagine your skin just getting flawless because you can eat cultured dairy products? What is the protein for blood type B's? Red meat, the other red meat. Not beef, but lamb, goat, venison, deer, rabbit, mutton, the other red meats. Also, you benefit from a bunch of fish: halibut, cod, mackerel, sardines, salmon. Okay, go get your foods list. What's going to improve your liver function? Mustard greens. What is this, a 12-inch remix? Mustard greens, beet greens, green tea, licorice root tea, parsnips, curry powder, and ginger root. So y'all would literally lose weight from curried lamb and curried goat. How can you complain about that? Experience is a good teacher. What is going to blunt that alpha glucosidase bacteria in your gut? Silver dollar, enoki and maitake mushrooms, whey protein shakes, blueberries, Brussels sprouts, blackberries, and grapes. Who knows? This could reverse your diabetes right here. And what's going to balance your gut as a blood type B? Brewer's yeast, molasses, and cabbage. My son is a blood type B. In his first 6 months, he lost 60 pounds. In the first 6 months. All he was eating was lamb, Brussels sprouts, and his tomato-less chili. Let me show y'all his before and after pictures for the first 6 months. First of all, look at how bad his skin was. His hair wouldn't grow, his beard wouldn't connect. This is the person y'all see in the background with all that hair now. Hold on. Look at this. This is estrogen filled. This is eating red meat. No exercise, no diet products. You would make chili without the tomatoes. Soft. The same way you would just make chili with the beans and the onions and all of that, you just wouldn't put any tomatoes in it. Yeah, go get the recipe books. I have 3 recipe books. It's in the first recipe book for blood type B. Okay, so what's going to balance your gut? Brewer's yeast, molasses, and cabbage. So that's it for blood type B. Go get your foods list. Only eat the beneficial foods and watch what happens. Where's blood type AB? This is the last one. Why do you always need me to verify? You know who I am. You've been with me all day. Blood type AB. You put kimchi paste in your... Interesting. That's interesting. I would like to know what's in that kimchi paste, though. I mean, it wasn't gochugaru, was it? Or was it gochujang? Have y'all made, has blood type AB, have y'all made kimchi fried rice? Have y'all made some kimchi fried rice? Because you know blood type AB benefits from rice. I just don't eat it very often. But when I do, I make kimchi fried rice. I just bought a big old tub of kimchi the other day. So here is what we deal with. Lectin sensitivity, stress, cell signaling issues, and bad bacterial overgrowth. Okay, so the foods. You are alive twice somehow? Okay. I don't know what that's all about. So here are the foods that are giving us the same lectin sensitivity that blood type B deals with the swollen and painful joints and the bad skin and all those things. We also have that. Blood type AB is a hybrid blood type. So we're a hybrid of A and B, and we have both of their antigens on our red blood cells. Okay? So what are the foods that are jacking us up? Chicken, corn, haddock, flounder, kidney beans, mung beans, chickpeas. Remember the inflammation and the swollen and painful joints? Chickpeas. Sesame, sunflower seeds, lima beans, black beans, fava beans, black-eyed peas, and buckwheat. What is giving us all that bad bacteria? Bad bacteria is responsible for your endometriosis, your alopecia, your bad skin, your IBS, your IBD, your H. pylori, your peptic ulcers, your kidney problems, your depression, your anxiety. All of that stuff is from bad bacteria. For blood type AB, it's oranges. Oranges are bad for everybody. They make bad bacteria in everyone's gut. Camembert cheese, bananas, distilled liquor, dextrose, sucrose, fructose, guar gum, guava, mangoes, carrageenan, cornstarch, sago, adzuki beans, radishes, rhubarb, sorghum, and Jerusalem artichokes. And what is stressing us out and unbalancing our immune system? Sorghum, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, acacia, coffee, aspartame, and pork. So how do we turn it around for blood type AB? It does seem like blood type AB is super short. But we've already explained what these different foods do in the body. So by the time we get to AB, we already done went over everything. So to block the lectin sensitivity, yogurt, feta cheese, farmer's cheese, mozzarella cheese. Yeah, because we're a combination of A and B. We've already gone in depth on A and B. So by the time we get to AB, we already done hit everything. What is the protein that we benefit from? Turkey. We're the only blood type that benefits from turkey. Cod, eggs, tuna, salmon, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. What's going to improve that cell signaling? Cells carry messages all throughout our body. Like if your cells are not messaging properly, then insulin won't be put into your bloodstream. Your cortisol, I mean, just a whole host of things will go wrong. What improves that for us? Watermelon, curry powder, figs, garlic, onions, cranberries, green tea, eggplant, cherries, plums, olive oil, peanuts, walnut oil, and blackberries. I probably get at least 5 things out of this list every day. Every day. I try to get a few walnuts in my system every day. I drink my green tea every day. I definitely get garlic and onions every day. I had watermelon today. So I had quite a few today. So what's going to balance our gut? Mushrooms, silver dollar, portobello, enoki, and maitake, miso, cabbage, kefir, amaranth, dandelion greens, watercress, and brewer's yeast. We made it. TikTok made it real difficult for us today, didn't they? Hi! We just finished. TikTok made it real difficult for us today. We'll see what their feedback is, because I disagreed with their putting all these restrictions on my live, and I'm going to go through my settings. There's no brand that I'm representing. There's nothing in a TikTok shop that I'm selling. So why are y'all making me put disclosures on my lives? And who feels so uncomfortable with the information? If you're uncomfortable with the information, don't watch. If you're so uncomfortable hearing about what food is doing in your body, why are you coming here every day to watch? You're obsessed with me? I see way more uncomfortable shit on TikTok every day. Me watching giant women cooking horrible food and chitlins and all kinds of shit upsets me too. But I don't go around reporting their lives. That man eating all that damn fruit upsets me too. But I don't go around reporting their lives. They are the ones doing it. I see shit on TikTok that upsets me every day, but I do not venture into anybody else's lane. What them people choose to do is their business. So if you see 1,000 people on this live and they're learning about how to heal their body, why does that bother you? Because you don't have 1,000 people? So anyway, we're going to be back here again tomorrow. And I'm not going to be hopping around from place to place. We're just going to comment like crazy, like everybody else do on their videos, on their lives. We're going to comment like crazy and get past these restrictions and still keep doing what we're doing. Between 6 and 7 Eastern time is usually when I show up. Around 6 and 7. Okay? So, I will see y'all back here again tomorrow. And until then, don't you give me that face. Every time I plan on being on here by 6 o'clock, someone calls me. Today it was my nephew, and I was on the phone with him for an hour. I couldn't turn that down. I couldn't turn that family time down. I had to talk to them. So I will see y'all tomorrow around between 6 and 7 Eastern time, okay? Until then, I love you. Bye. I couldn't turn down Baby Trey. I'd be a bad auntie.